So today I'm going to be answering a question that I've gotten asked quite a few times, and so I just want to have a video and a tutorial here for you so that you know how to do it and I can easily direct you to doing this. And that question is how to add your spouse's tree to your tree on FamilySearch. So you know that the FamilySearch tree is a collaborative family tree. You basically just need to get your living people attached to deceased people that are in the family tree. You might have to go back a few generations to get to the deceased people that are in the family tree, but if you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and you are married, your spouse's ancestors are likely already in the tree. You just need to link to them. Okay, so we need to remember that living people in the family tree, everyone has to add their own living people to the tree. So I have to add my parents. They'll have a different ID number than like my siblings will also have to add my parents, and they will also have a different ID number. Then when our parents pass away, all of those people will need to be merged together. Okay, so when you are adding your spouse's tree to your line, if your spouse is still alive, they are living. They're going to have a different ID number than actually themselves. Okay, then you would add their parents if they're still living. You just add their names in there, then their parents, and then whatever the deceased first person is, you would need to find them in the tree. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it because it's kind of confusing to explain it, but it is actually really easy to do. And you can see that my husband's line is not added in there. So I'm going to show you how to add that in there. Okay, so first we can click on Add Father. And we can just put his name in there. Okay, he is still living. If he's deceased, you would put that in there and put some information in there and link him that way, or you can log in and find the ID number. I'll show you how to do that when I get to my husband's grandparents. Okay, so he's still living, so I just put living and I put next. Now I can add, say, create person. If you wanted to add their birth information in there on that previous page, you could, but it's not necessary. Okay, now I'm going to add their spouse. Okay, she's also living. Again, you could add their birthday and birthplace, but for this video, I'm not going to, and you don't have to do it. Okay, now we're going to hit next and create person. Okay, so now we have all the living people for him. If your husband's grandparents are still living, you would need to add those in there, but mine are not. So now the easiest way to do this is to log out and log in to your spouse's tree to get the ID numbers here. If you aren't able to do that for whatever reason, you could add in as much information as you can and hope that it comes up, but, well, let me just show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember what his grandparents' name is. I know he died sometime around 1990. Okay, so I'm just doing this to see if it shows up with someone. Okay, and then we have to put deceased. Okay, so let's just see if he happens to show up. All right. Okay, so the right one isn't showing up. His great-grandparent did. Okay, so you could put in some information there, and then these options will show up on the right-hand side. It says possible matches. If you know that they are in the tree and they're not showing up there, get the ID number. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so I'm going to sign out, and luckily I know my husband's login. So we're going to log in as his account. Okay. Now we're going to go to his tree. Okay, he's got the fan chart view here. So here he is here. We're going to, his parents, father's still living, so we're going to click on his grandfather that we need that ID number for. And then we're just going to click, you see that ID number there underneath his name? We're going to click on that and then click on copy ID. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our account, our own account, log in. And then we'll go back to the family tree that we are creating here. Okay, so we're going to add his grandfather now that we have that ID numbers. You see here when we say add father, it says by ID number. So we're going to click on that and just paste that ID number in there and then hit next. Okay, so now it says possible matches found. It has him, the right spouse. We're going to say add match. Now, this is an important tip. If you select the couple, so it comes up with the couple, you can add the couple together or the individual person. If you select the couple, then it will add his grandfather and grandmother in the same step. Okay, obviously if there was step parents or whatever, it might be a little different deciding who you're going to add. So you could just add the individual grandfather, or you could add the couple if they were married, a married couple, and you want to add them both. Okay, so now we've got that line all ready to go. Now, because we've linked to that deceased person, if you click that little arrow, now it's going to link to the whole tree for them. So now we have generations back as far as has been added into the family tree on FamilySearch. Okay, then you can just do the same thing with the other spouse, and then you're good to go. So hopefully that helps you out. Be sure to follow along for more tips. If you want to listen to the podcast, go to the Modern Genealogy podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, and find me on Instagram to follow along for more tips and information there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.